Hello everyone, how is it going? This is the Video Gamer 64 and Movie Collector 64 here, and today I am going to be showing my entire VHS collection of crime movies, or let me say it in a different way because I had it backwards. I am going to be showing my entire crime movie related movies on VHS. So yes, guys, let's get started. The first one, and by the way, guys, before I say anything in advance, before I do this in advance, I am just going to be showing the VHS tapes of crime-related movies that I own, and I'm not going to be like talking about each one unless a few of them probably, but not all of them because it'll take me a long time. But yes, guys, let's get started. The first one I pulled out is Kurt Russell's Executive Decision. Kurt Russell's in this movie, and it's a pretty cool movie, no doubt about that. So yeah, I think it's a pretty cool movie. Next, we got Under Siege 2: Dark Territory, and this is with Steven Seagal. It's a man. This is based on this. This is the sequel to the original Under Siege movie. Obviously, you could tell because it says Under Siege 2. And this is a very good movie, no doubt about that. But it's not as good as the original, in my opinion. But I highly recommend to see that one and the original Under Siege movie. Next, we have On Deadly Ground with Steven Seagal. This is a damn good movie. It's one of the greatest movies of Steven Seagal's, in my opinion. And it says in every way the equal of Under Siege. In the back of it says that. So yeah. Next we have another Steven Seagal movie, and that with Keenan Ivory Wayans, and it says The Glimmer Man. It says cops on a killer trail and in each other's way. So yeah, that's what it says on the back. Next we have a Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford played in this movie, and Tommy Lee Jones also played in this movie, and that is The Fugitive. Now this is a great crime movie. It's one of my favorite movies in the crime movie genre. So yeah, I recommend this one. Next we have one of the very greatest movies of all time. Not just in crime movies, but one of the greatest movies of all time. And that is Pulp Fiction. Sorry about that, guys. It was coming out, so... But yeah, this is Pulp Fiction, and this is what it looks like. It's a classic movie from 1994, I believe. Let me see what it says. Come on, where does it say it? Yeah, 1994. And this is one of the greatest films ever made, and I highly recommend y'all to check this out. On VHS, DVD, or Blu-ray, either way, I recommend it. Next, we have another great movie, and this one has Tommy Lee Jones in it, and that is called The Client. Highly recommend this film. Next, we got another movie with Harrison Ford, and that is called Pursue Innocent. Now, I remember seeing a little bit of this movie, not all of it. From what I've seen of it, it's a very good movie, and I'm gonna have to watch it again because this movie's damn good from what I've seen of it. Next, we got a movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jamie Lee Curtis, and that is True Lies. Now, this is one of the very greatest films of all time, and I just really love this movie, and highly recommend this movie, no doubt about that. Next, we got a great movie with Will Smith and Gene Hackman, two of one of the greatest actors of all time. And when you combine them two together, you got a movie called Enemy of the State. Yes. I have seen this movie so many freaking times that it's not even funny. I might have to do a review of this movie in the future. And it says the best action film of the year, and in my opinion, I believe it is. I think this movie came out back in, I know it didn't come out in 71. Let's see. I'm trying to find it. Might be on the top. Nope. I think this came out in 1995, I want to say, or 1996. I know it was in the mid to late 90s film. So if any of you know what year this movie came out in, feel free to let me know. Next, we got a movie from 1983. This is my favorite film of all time. And you figure I would have, like, a horror movie would be my favorite movie since that's my favorite genre of movies. But I have some favorite horror movies and stuff like that. But when it comes to movies in general, this is my favorite film of all time. And that is Scarface. I even own the video game of it called Scarface, The World Is Yours on PlayStation 2. And yeah, this one's a great game. Great game. I meant to say great movie. And it says on the back, and this movie did come out in 1983. It says Al Pacino gives an unforgettable performance as Tony Montana, one of the most ruthless gangsters ever displayed on film. And this gripping crime epic inspired by the 1932 classic of the same title, directed by hitmaker Brian. Anyway, seriously, Brian De Palma, and produced by Martin Bregman, who brought both the Godfather legends to the screen. Scarface follows the violent career of a small Cuban refugee hoodlum who guns his way to the top of Miami's cocaine empire. With its intense screenplay by Academy Award winner Oliver Stone, driving musical stone by Giorgio Moroder, and the superb insights into Miami's Latin lifestyle, Scarface joins the ranks of Hollywood's greatest underworld dramas as it lays bare the sordid power of the American drug scene. Times Magazine calls it exhilarating, while the New York Times' Vincent Canby applauds the picture as stylish and provocative. And I have to say, I really agree with this, what they're saying. And this is one of the greatest films I have ever... No. Let me rephrase that. This is the greatest film I have ever seen in my life. And this came out in 1983, the movie did. But this version on tape came out in 1990. And in my opinion, this is the greatest movie of all time. If any of you are a fan of mafia films or gangster films or crime movies in general, please watch this. None of you will be disappointed. Next, we got my second favorite gangster film, which is... No, not gangster film. While this is my favorite gangster film of all time, my favorite film of all time in the Mafia series is The Godfather 1, and I have Godfather 2 somewhere in this that I'm going to show y'all. But to me, Godfather 1 and Godfather 2 are the best Mafia films of all time. But to me, Godfather 3, it was okay, but not as good as 1 and 2. This movie came out in 1972, while The Godfather 2 came out in 1974. And Godfather 3 came out in 1990. So yeah. Next we got gang related with Tupac Shakur, Dennis Quaid, Leon Rochin, and James Belushi. This is a damn good film. Tupac is one of my favorite rappers of all time, if not my favorite rapper. And this is like, in my opinion, this is one of the best cop thrillers I've ever seen. And I highly recommend y'all to check this movie out. So yeah. Next we got a movie called Hoffa. This is a damn good movie. This has Jack Nicholson and Danny DeVito, as y'all can see right there. And in my opinion, these two great actors play in a wonderful performance in this movie. Definitely recommend checking this out. Next, we got another movie called Heat with Al Pacino and Robert De Niro, two of one of the greatest actors of all time, in my opinion. And then you also got Val Kilmer right there in the middle. He's a damn good actor, too. And it says awesome, truly epic, and masterpiece, wholly original. Based on the back of this. And yeah, this movie came out in 1995. It's a wonderful classic movie. It came out when I was little, and I heard this movie did well in the box office, and it was a very popular film for the time because of these two great legendary actors. So yeah, I definitely recommend this, by the way. Next, we got a Chuck Norris film called Silent Rage. I am a fan of Chuck Norris and his movies, and this is about like a psychotic killer and stuff like that, and Chuck Norris tries to get him and stuff like that. It says in the front, Silent Rage, a small town is terrorized by a psychotic killer. Basically what I just said. So yeah, I recommend this film. It's a very good film. None of you will be disappointed when y'all see this film of Chuck Norris's movie. Next, we got my favorite movie in the trilogy of this series, and that is Die Hard 2. Die Harder, it says. And Bruce Willis is a damn good actor. He is a damn good actor in any movie in general, in my opinion. You got movies like Die Hard 2, obviously, the other Die Hard trilogy movies. And then you got Red and other films in it. The Kid, which is a Disney film. Very good film. But to me, out of all the Bruce Willis films, this is probably my favorite film of all time of his. Definitely recommend this one. I like all the Die Hard movies that Bruce Willis plays in. Next, we have another movie with Sylvester Stallone, and that is called Lock Up. Now, this is a damn good film. I remember seeing this before, and it's one of the greatest prison films of all time. And he tries to, like it says right here on the back, he is only 6 months away from freedom, but a warden obsessed with revenge wants to take his future away. So yeah, this basically gives you an idea what the film is about, and I highly recommend this film. Please check it out. Next, we got a film that it's an okay movie, but it's not the greatest film of all time, and that is called The Lakeside Killer. This is basically like a serial killer taking focus on like Hollywood sex industry and stuff like that. It's kind of messed up. But yeah, it's not a very good. It's okay. I can't say it's not a very good movie, but it's an okay movie. If any of you are just looking for a crime movie to watch it. But just don't be surprised if you don't find this good, or if you find it good, then that's good. It says it's the first time on video on top of it, but yes, I definitely recommend giving it a try at least one time. So yeah, I don't know if it's on DVD or Blu-ray. All I know is just on VHS because I own it. Next, we have a movie with Mark Wahlberg and Chow Yun-fat, and that is called The Corruptor. It says you can't play by the rules when there aren't any. This is a damn good film. This is one of the best films of my time, and it came out in, let me see when it came out. I could have sworn it came out in the late 90s, so let me see. I think it came out in 97, or 98. But yes, this is one of the greatest films of all time of crime movies and stuff like that, in my opinion anyway. But I definitely recommend this movie. And the last two I'm going to be showing y'all I mentioned earlier, and that is Godfather 2 Part 2. I meant to say Godfather Part 2. This is a very damn good film. I highly recommend this one. And let me get Godfather 1 out. Let me see. There we go. See, Godfather 1. Godfather 2 is very good, just like Godfather 1. But in my opinion, Godfather 1's personally better if I had to choose between the two of them. And Godfather 3 is okay. But Godfather 1 came out in 1972, while Godfather Part 2 came out in 1974, and Godfather Part 3 came out in 1990. And I'm not going to give any spoilers away, but I am going to say, give all these films a try if you're a fan of the Godfather movies. If you're a Godfather film fan, I highly recommend watching through them again and stuff like that, because none of you would be disappointed. But look, all three films in one. So yeah. But like I said, Godfather 1 and 2 is my favorite Godfather films in the series, and Godfather 3 is okay. It's not the greatest film of all time, but it's okay. And yes, guys, that is all the crime films that I own on VHS. And I hope all of you guys enjoyed this video on my channel. Feel free to subscribe to me on my Movie Collector 64 channel and the Video Gamer 64 channel to see more videos on here as well. And of course, this is the Video Gamer 64 and Movie Collector 64 signing off.